Do his heaters eventually get a match here? The Singh brothers?
I'm guessing they're going to. Which, by the way, they Randy Orton almost killed them.
Jesus Christ!
The best part was the look on Orton's face when he dropped that guy on his head. He just kind of like winced at his own handiwork, just like whoops. It was amazing. But
remember when Mr. Anderson, Ken Kennedy, did a backdrop to Randy Orton, and it kind of like was a little mistimed in that tag match, and Orton landed on his head a little bit, and then he was visibly angry. After it. And then that was the last we saw of Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, and then they reported that Mr. Anderson had some kind of injury and he couldn't wrestle anymore.
Which was bullshit because he immediately went to TNA.
Right.
So, like, Randy Orton did that to one of these Sing Bollywood boy guys on the table, no less, but it was 10 times worse. Like, he backdropped him and just dumped him directly on the top of his head on the table. And I don't know, man, Randy Orton's kind of a scumbag for that.
Yeah.
It looked bad. It looked so careless. Like he was like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
I mean,
he just
I don't think he meant it. I don't think he did it on purpose. And I think it was just kind of like, I mean, those guys are very tiny. He probably braced himself to pick up a heavier gentleman and realized the guy was lighter than air once he had him up, and it was kind of like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, but dude, come on. This is like a situational awareness thing here. Like you look at that guy, he's fucking, like 205
live.
205 live. And you just fucking adjust yourself. You've been a pro for fucking, how many years? 15 years.
Yeah.
So adjust. I don't know. It's a little sloppy. It's a little ridiculous. I know shit happens, but the fact that even he like broke kayfabe and was like, oh shit, I just fucked this guy. I don't know.
Well, he was okay apparently because he seems to be fine, so that's good.
Seems to be fine. Yeah, he came out for the Punjabi celebration or whatever they called it.
Yeah, which was sort of underwhelming, I thought. I mean, it was kind of cool. It was cool looking, but it just kind of was like he just got on the mic, he peopled the audience a few times, and that was that. But then he put over India. He was like, well, India's the best country ever, and they all love me.
India's so not the best country.
They got really good food.
Well, yeah, I mean, the people that make it over here are doing a good job.
Some pretty awesome palaces over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Jinder Mahal, but Taj Mahal.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah. And you know that his real name is Taj.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
And Cyrus claims he gave him the name Taj Mahal, which is kind of used today.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're both Canadian.
Well, that was the title match, but then we had some other stuff that was
Well, just before we move on, the title match was surprisingly over as the main event.
I mean, in Chicago, I thought this pay-per-view was enjoyable.
It was fine.
I'm starting to find that a lot of times I go into the WWE pay-per-views if I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever, it's Sunday night, I'll throw on the pay-per-view and just kind of watch wrestling. Like, I kind of just have a good time watching wrestling.
Like the last two, the Raw Exclusivo, the Payback, and the Backlash, they're both like, nothing blow away, but that's what you can expect. Like, it's supposed to be every now and again there's that match on a pay-per-view that's like, wow, oh, that's a great fucking match right there.
You mean that's like the UK title match on the NXT?
Right.
TakeOver?
We'll talk about TakeOver. TakeOver's not the beast, though. TakeOver has classics like every time.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like the main roster stuff, it's like my bare minimal expectation is that it's at least enjoyable to watch the whole thing throughout. And nothing was really bad at Backlash,
Yeah.
With the match of the night probably being Styles and Owens, which a lot of people didn't like the finish of this, and I want to ask them why.
Because they want, like, every match to be a pinfall or submission victory, and they're cheated if they don't get their way.
Right, and they want the babyface to win right away, which is very like that's kind of like not the attitude to have when you're looking through like meta or shoot eyes.
Well, you remember that because these are two indie darlings, so they wanted the handshake. This is awesome. Dive.
Yeah, like Randy Orton said.
Yeah.
It's it's just kind of one of those things. Like I know like WWE is very indie, has a lot of indie guys now, and the work rate and style has evolved and changed for the better. Some may say not, but I think for the better. But this is still the WWF, the still WWE. This is still like they think about or try to think about more, storylines and long-term booking with feuds and stuff. And you kind of like, you can't give away all the goods every time. Like indie matches where it's like all the goods are given away and then they just try to top it every time they go back out there.
That reminds me of a joke.
Yeah.
How do you tell how heavy a chili pepper is?
How heavy a chili pepper is. Don't know.
You give it away. Give it away. Give it away.
Oh my God. Give it away.
Yep.
Whoo boy.
Man.
That is I don't know how that reminded you of that, but
you said you can't give it away.
Can't give it away. Yeah. Can't give it away. Yeah. So like AJ, like they went out to the table and the match was great, and then AJ they went out to the table and AJ like they were setting up to do a bump on the table, and AJ got up there and like Owens kind of like got away, but in the meantime tripping AJ kind of into the hole where the monitors go, and then AJ kind of got tangled up and couldn't get back into the ring. And I thought that was innovative.
Yeah,
hadn't seen it before.
And that'll get some heat for a heel, which Owens is.
Right, and it's a way to further the feud where Owens AJ can come out and say, "Well, I didn't get a fair shake at you because that was kind of a cheap, fucked up way to win the match. I want a rematch."
Right. Well,
they didn't really do.
Right, but it kept the title on Owens, and now they're all going to be in the Money in the Bank match, so that's good.
Right, but I mean, it's kind of like they didn't really do that. I almost, even though this Money in the Bank match, we'll talk about it, is like really good and star-studded, I almost wish they weren't in the match, Owens and AJ Styles, because now it's like, well, let's focus on that feud, because now you told a good story with the finish of that match, and now they're just going to be all lumped into this
well, I don't think either of them are going to win that match, so they can go back to that feud. And
I guess so. It could be a detour in that, but then it's kind of like, hey, remember a month ago? Yeah, let's get back to that. It's kind of like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this Money in the Bank ladder match, this setup?
I think it's a good roster they got there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I would like to see Sami Zayn win this match. So
was it Owens, AJ, Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Nakamura, which is basically the three. We had those three singles matches at Backlash.
Right.
Yeah. This could be incredible. It could be incredible.
I think
they go out there.
Yeah, there's a ton of talent in there. So.
Right. Yeah, we'll hold off on predicting that. I mean, we got plenty of time.
We got a Raw pay-per-view before that. Before we even get to this Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we got plenty of developments that can lead us to there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the rest of Backlash, good, fine. Nakamura.
I thought so too. What'd you think? I was really hoping I don't think it stole the show, but it was still a fun match. Harper and Rowan.
Right.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like when they put like a match no one really cares about in like that spot right there.
I mean, yeah, the crowd was kind of dead for the match, which kind of sucked because I thought the match was very entertaining. I thought they did a good job, and I thought Eric Rowan's promo on Talking Smack the week before really just was good. It just made me into that character way more.
Yeah,
but the rest of the card, the whole card was actually predictable. Like I'm pretty sure I predicted all the matches.
Yeah, it was predictable but enjoyable.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any problem with that. And then like Breezango or Febreze got really over by losing in an entertaining match.
Right, which they actually had a Fashion Files where they're turning in their badges to Commissioner Shane McMahon, and he's just like, you know, you guys aren't real cops, right? And they're just like, we failed you, we're sorry. And he's like, you guys are doing great work. Like, you lost one match, like. And then he just like, you guys have matches against, singles matches tonight, or Tyler, you have a singles match tonight, and they just go, this means we're back on the case, and I guess they want to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, they turned in their guns, which were water guns. It was pretty funny.
But what did you think of Becky Lynch tapping out clean as a sheet to the sharpshooter?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I didn't really think anything of it, to be honest with you.
It was kind of sad, but it does put that move over and make it look threatening.
Sure, yeah. Let's. I mean, Natty seems to fall by the wayside a lot, so it's good that she gets a win here. But she looks like she's threatening.
She's a heart dungeon trainee, so she should be tough as nails.